Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, we are gonna do a Westie skirt here, which is very similar to a spaniel skirt or cocker spaniel skirt. So we're going for the breastbone to the middle of the rectum, and of course all our teddy bear heads, we go right behind the back of the ear along the jawbone, which has already been done. So we're gonna raise his head, hit the shoulder blade, and follow through. I honestly, I've always preferred a blended line over a straight line. Here's your straight line. I don't know, I think it looks horrible when you go from short to long like that. I prefer blended, which is a gradual transition. And we're using a 7 here. So I just kind of follow through, straight through. Let the clippers do most of the work for you. They do get a carrot tail. So it was really, really straight, so we do have some lining left. Just from the blade cutting into it. So there you go. So there's your blended line. You're gonna go all the way to the rectum. And it's kind of up to you of what kind of, how long you want your rear end. All right, so we've got that versus this. And some people might like this. You know, if you like this, then do it. Doesn't matter, she really doesn't care. See, I'm just looking forward to getting dirty again, that's all. All right. And over the hip. See, this one, even though we got a little line here, but this is how I like it to look right there. That's exactly what I like it to look like. Nice and faded. That's a wonderful thing about dog grooming is over show grooming. It's not so, you can do anything. There's no such thing as right and wrong when it comes to dog grooming. Pet for pets. Okay, now on the chest. She's got her breastbone here. So we're gonna go right off the bone and follow through. And then over the shoulder. So once I hit that bone, I fade off. I always trim to the body structure. And there we go. We got our Westie skirt. Now, Westie tail, they get carrot tails, same with Scotties. I'm quite a bit of a cheater. So I use a 7. I use my 7 blade, not all the way down, to give them that, you know, clean top. I have another groomer that does it better than me. She uses combs, but I don't have patience for it. So once I do that with my 7, a carrot tail is gonna look like a carrot. And the reason for that is when they're burrowing, when they're hunting, they're rodents and they're going into a hole. Generally, you know, they're into a hole, their tail tends to stick out of the hole. And that way you could see, it's like their pointer or whatever. Okay, so once we get that done, come here, darling. I'm gonna trim with my scissors and give it that carrot look. So around the rectum, I was taught to use scissors. She's like, I don't really like that. And I understand, I know she does. She doesn't like it. But it's one of them things we're gonna get done. So I'm gonna respect how she feels. So right at this point, she forgot about it. Okay, so let's see how long she'll last. So here we go. Of course, the straights probably would be a little bit easier. So we want it to look like a pointer. I'm gonna take a little bit more right off the top here. Okay. All right, and there's the carrot too. Now we're gonna go on to the head. And they get tipped ears just like Yorkies. Scotties actually get the majority of their ear shaved. I do inside and out. Just like the rectum, you can scissor this or you could use your 10. You can go with. Against is a little more cleaner and easier for me. It makes it a little bit short for my liking, but we'll do it. Her pre-bath, she had a lot of tangles. A lot of tangles. So we did a lot of hacking on her to prevent from having to yank those tangles out. So I'm going to get her eyes straight up and down. Oops. Now if you want the eyes shorter, you can actually angle it. Which I kind of did on accident. We're going to get a little bit past the eye because, you know, that stuff falls like that. I don't really care for that too much. I think we wanted a full head, but we had to cut a lot of hair off. I think I'm going to go with the 5/8 on the top because this is really bulky compared to this. And Westie gets a rounded head. So I'm going to take this from the split outward. Okay? I'm not digging in because I'm not wanting to shear a lot off of in front of the ear. I'm just kind of being lazy here. I don't want to do all the scissoring, so I'm using my blade. A lot of people like snap-on cutters. Snap-on cutters work great. Come here, darling. I know. You clean that line out. Clean that line out. Get anything kind of out of whack. We're gonna scissor the edge of the ear. And then same on your kids and your Scotties. Take your ear, fold it in half. Fold your ear in half. Pull that hair out. And then decide how long you want it. Your feathers. How long do you want your feathers? Okay, or tufts, or there's a lot of different names for it. Me, this dog isn't a working dog, so it's not that big of a deal. The whole purpose of this is to keep the dirt, when they're burrowing, to keep the dirt out of their ear. So since she's not working, I'm not really concerned about leaving a whole lot right there. See, my job is to protect the house. So halfway on the ear. And then you can gauge this halfway, like I say, go half. You could also go, like if you wanted the front tuft, this part longer, you could also go something like this. Where you're gonna leave the front tuft a little bit longer. Oh, well, I screwed that up now, didn't I? No, they ended up exactly the same. Yeah, okay, was not my intention, and that happened because I'm coming from back ways. I don't know. Typical groomers. How in the world did I do that? Okay. Now, typically the beard would be longer, but she was really, really nappy in there. Super nappy. They like to burrow their heads in this stuff, and we like to find fun things to chase, huh? And also, I don't like lip hair because it rots teeth. Her teeth is pretty decent. So I generally just nip. I don't nip it up in here because then you leave a bald spot. I nip it right along the lip line. And you can use your fingers. I typically like to use my fingers as a guide. That way, if I catch anything, it's my finger and not their body part. Okay. So now we're going to go back over this. And a little All right, I had another little knot hiding in there. So I'm gonna take this chin and we're gonna even it all up. See how what a hack job it is. We're gonna even it all up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, girlfriend, you got this. Okay. There we go. Now it looks like somebody kind of knew what they were doing when they did it. All right, now this is all real short and this is super long, so I'm gonna blend all that in. And you can use your blenders, your thinning shears or whatever and give it a more natural look. I typically don't because I don't have the patience to sit there and trim and trim and trim. And the dogs are, me and the dogs usually agree about the patience level.
We just want to play. That's all we want to do. We just want to play. Get all this foo-foo stuff.
Also, I already trimmed this with the 5/8, but you could also lift it like this and trim it like that, and it'll layer for you. See how it layered right there? And then take, it is nicer with the blending shears on these guys. So I'm not liking that long piece, so just gonna fade it down. There we go. Something like that. There we go.
Crawling.
Most of your groomers, beyond grooming. There you go. You got yourself a Westie head.
Am I done?
Yes.